What's up guys, JV2017 here, and today I'm going to share a few pieces to the puzzle on what Bethesda will reveal for Fallout 4 in terms of DLC at their press conference later tonight. Recently on Mr. Matty's Twitter, one of his followers sent a picture showing Fallout 4 Contraptions Workshop ready to start downloading on an Xbox One. And of course, credit to Matty because he's the only source I've seen for this so far. No major news media outlets have covered it as far as I've seen. So after seeing this, either this is some really impressive Photoshop that takes into account how blurry and generally potato this picture is, or this is Fallout 4 DLC that is going to be released at Bethesda's E3 press conference tonight. And I would bet that it's going to be available immediately just because it's already been a month since Far Harbor. We don't have anything announced for June. It would make absolute sense. What's even more exciting is that we might have already seen what is potentially going to be in this DLC. And the reason I use that wording is because I can't confirm 100%, but I'm about 95% sure that the items leaked out of the Update 1.5 beta back in April make perfect sense for a Contraptions-based workshop DLC. I made a video on April 23rd covering that leak, and so I'm going to reiterate some of the same items that were covered and link the source in the description below. And just to clarify, we don't have the exact items, we have new categories that contain new items. And so first off, within structures, we have scaffolding, warehouse, ball track, and elevators. So let's start with scaffolding. This is a new building category, just like, metal, wood, things like that. So we've got different scaffolding floors, miscellaneous items, prefabs that are already structured, but they're, made out of scaffolding. We've got roofs, stairs, framework, and doors, all within scaffolding that we can play around with within Workshop now with this DLC. Next is warehouse, and we pretty much got the same thing. New warehouse doors, floors, miscellaneous prefabs, roofs, stairs, and walls. So all different things that are warehouse themed. I'm not really sure what this could be. Maybe certain warehouses around the Commonwealth can point to what we're going to see. Maybe it's more of a steel look instead of just concrete like we already have with metal. And so we'll have to see, with concrete itself. So we'll have to see how, warehouse distinguishes from concrete. Next is ball track, which has the categories straight, curves, and miscellaneous. And so ball track is definitely something that makes sense for a Contraptions-based DLC. If we're transporting something along a track and it has to roll down, maybe we're manufacturing something, some of the items that we're about to talk about point to that. So I think ball track is something that's going to allow us to use certain kind of machinery and make our contraptions, which is really, really cool stuff. Next, we have elevators, and just elevators. That is so exciting. The fact that we can build elevators and then have them moving up and down within our settlements. We can build taller, settlements that don't go past a certain limit, but still they can go pretty tall even on consoles. And so elevators are an extremely exciting prospect. I would totally expect them to come with this Contraptions DLC. The next major category with new items is decorations, and within decorations we have display, and within display we have armor racks, weapon racks, power armor, and display cases. So let's talk about those. First off, armor racks. This is simply probably something you can just put your armor on and put it on display. That would make sense. Same with weapons. We can put our weapons on display, which is really nice. So this really reminds me of the system I think that was introduced in Skyrim with the home building DLC, if I'm not wrong about that. And next is power armor. So some way to show off our power armor that's not just a power armor station. It'd be really cool to have some lights that kind of, really, display our power armor and show it off. That would be great. And then we have general display cases. So maybe we can just put other items within display cases. I think that would be fantastic. And we also have new items under wall decorations that are posters. I don't know if that's going to be relevant to Contraptions, but hey, maybe we'll get a new item or two in there too. The final new category is power. And within power, we have manufacturing, which has conveyor belts, machinery, and miscellaneous. So this kind of goes along with ball tracks up in structures. So I believe that conveyor belts and machinery, we're going to be doing something. We're going to be manufacturing something and creating something. That would be my guess. Maybe it's manufacturing weapons and armor. Maybe it's ammunition. Something is definitely going on if we have conveyor belts and machinery. And again, that goes along with Contraptions perfectly. So we'll have to see exactly what we're going to be tinkering and making in this DLC. Still under power, we also have a marquee, advanced switches, and conduits. Well, those are not new categories. Advanced switches and conduits have already been in the game, but there are new items within those categories. But first off, marquee is completely new. Marquee is the really fancy kind of roof you see over movie theaters that display, hey, this is now showing, kind of old-timey. That's what a marquee is, and so I guess we're going to be able to make some of those. That's interesting. And then we've got new advanced switches and new conduits, and I'm sure those are definitely, specialized for the machinery, the ball tracks, the conveyor belts, all the new kinds of stuff that's introduced in this Contraptions DLC. DLC. So those were all the categories and new categories that contain new items that were leaked in that beta, that 1.5 beta back in April. And once again, it's possible that all of these items or some of these items are included in the DLC, and it's definitely possible that there's more that we haven't seen and that's not leaked. Hopefully that's not everything. Hopefully there's more kind of contraptions we can mess around with, and you'll absolutely see me cover that tomorrow morning after it is covered, and revealed at Bethesda's E3. But I believe this Contraptions DLC should be revealed tonight at E3. That would make total sense. And we don't know if Todd Howard is going to walk on that stage in all his glory and say that they're available immediately, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Regardless of what happens, I can't wait to see what's revealed tonight, and whatever it is, once again, I will be covering it the following morning here on my channel Monday morning. I'd like to hear from you guys after watching this video. Are you excited for the Contraptions DLC? Is this something you wanted? Maybe not. It makes sense for another Workshop DLC to come after Far Harbor. I'm not super salty about that. I am excited to play around with this machinery stuff. It's definitely the most interesting Workshop stuff around, in my opinion. So share what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. All right, guys, today I shared my speculation on the upcoming Contraptions DLC for Fallout 4. Next time we'll cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more Bethesda E3 coverage, my survival mode live streams, Bethesda.net mods, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.